Welcome and thank you for your interest into my workshop that's coming up called Supercharging Your Website and Your Web Presence. I'm really excited to share some of my strategies that I've used with my clients and have been able to create for them a position of authority in their markets online. And I want to do the same for you. So what I've done is I've put all that information together in this 3-day live event that we're going to be going through step by step. And I'm going to be giving you different scripts, different checklists, different worksheets so that you can implement these things right at your funeral home, but also bring your laptops because you can actually implement some of the things right there while you're attending the live event. Also, I want to make sure that you know this is not a big sales pitch. I'm not going to be selling any of my products or services. This is going to be 100% pure content. And if you wish, please check read the testimonials below and watch the video at the bottom of the page. The one that I especially like is the one about the fire hose, so check that one out. Now, regarding the cost too, I've kept the cost low because I want you to be able to attend, but also I suggest that you bring someone else with you. It's always good to have someone else to bounce some of these technical ideas off of and some of these strategies. So if you have someone from your funeral home that looks after the website, social media, or even your community outreach, I think they'd be a perfect person to attend or attend with you so that both of you can come to the event. Now, if you don't have someone like that on your staff or you can't have more than one person leave the firm at this time, then call up one of your funeral colleagues and invite them to come. You can share either you or them can be the second attendee, and then you guys can just split the price. Now, one thing that I want to do is dive into the actual program here. And so either you've maybe downloaded this from the website or received it in the mail, and just go into the inside here and just talk about the outline and some of the things that we're going to be covering. So first of all, the double your funeral home website traffic. That one is really important because Google, who has the most influence online, one of the factors now that they use to rank websites is the amount of traffic to a website and the actual amount of engagement on that website and on those web pages. So we're going to be talking about a number of strategies to help boost your traffic, and the more people that are on your site, the more time that they're on your site, the more they're going to be surrounded by your brand and your image. So that's a big key. We're going to go through that. Those things are not going to cost a thing, just some steps that we can put into place for you, and you just put them into your process. Next is you making use of some of Google's essential tools. So if they have the most influence online and they're giving away some tools to use, I take them up on it. So there's a lot of things that you can be using, such as Webmaster Tools. A lot of people don't use that or don't know about it. And that's the portal where Google will actually tell you if there's anything wrong with your site. So it's free to set up, free to hook your site up to it. And if you haven't already done that, you can do that. And that's the way Google will want to communicate with you if there's any issues with your site. Then we're going to talk about video tributes, because video tributes, probably as you know, are one of the most engaging elements of a funeral service. I've been a celebrant at a number of services, and I put a lot of hours into work and that. But those I always get shown up by the video tribute, and that's okay because it's the person's life and pictures and gives a great retrospect of their lives. So if it's that powerful, why don't we get more people to view it? And we're going to talk about different strategies that we can use so that you can implement that into your process as well. Then we're going to talk about the ins and outs of e-commerce stores for funeral homes. E-commerce is getting bigger and bigger now. More and more purchases are happening online. So it doesn't mean that we need to be outside of that and not participating in that. Whether it's just flowers or cremation jewelry, we'll talk about that and the different ways that works and what tools need to be in place to have that happen and what are some of the options. And we'll also even talk about if you want a full, like a cremation arrangement website and the different elements that are part of that. Then we're going to talk about social media and how to make it as effective and as efficient as possible, and with the least amount of effort. So we're going to go through some of that. Then supercharging your website's SEO. Now, you probably get a lot of emails from people saying that they're SEO clients or consultants, and they want you as a client. And and they're always just saying all this stuff, talking over your head. One thing that they don't realize is that because we have obituaries, that's fresh content that we're putting out on a regular basis, and a lot of other places don't have that ability. Also, too, we're going to talk about some of the things that can get you in trouble with Google now. Google's really tightening up the tools, and a lot of these SEO companies are doing old school things and what they call black hat things that will actually have you drop in the rankings. And one thing that we're going to do for everyone that registers is we're going to run off our SEO audit report. I'm going to print them out and we're going to give them to you in Cleveland, and we'll go over that so you can actually see from a snapshot how your website looks and your web presence is. And then we're going to discuss the different things that you can do, a lot of them at no additional cost. You just need to know what to do and tweak those so that you are seen in a higher light with Google. Then we're going to talk about online advertising, which will partly include AdWords by Google, remarketing. If you've seen some of my banners following you around the internet, that's called remarketing. So we're going to talk about that in more detail. Then we're going to talk about your online reputation. And this is really important because a lot of people check out what other people have said. Online reviews are big. We're going to talk about what happens if you get a negative review. And two, we're going to go over how you can cultivate a lot of positive reviews just on a call-by-call basis. Then we're just going to talk about some advanced strategies too for the super savvy. We'll talk about mobile issues. We're going to talk about different ways of putting pricing on your website and creating landing pages. And one thing that I think can be very powerful for the right person or people is what I call funeral home radio. And that's where you, say on a monthly basis, interview other community leaders that are involved in end-of-life issues. So whether it's a priest, rabbi, pastor, hospice worker, manager of the nursing homes, and grief counselors, and then even some people, specific people on your staff that to kind of fit that in as well. So we'll go over a complete program like that and just let you know how to get started. You just need a microphone that you can carry around to you. Take the priest out to lunch. After that, go to a quiet place, have a 20-minute interview. I'll give you the script and the format for that, and you'll be brand swapping because they're actually going to then let everyone in their congregation know, hey, I was just interviewed by the funeral home. Check it out over here. Obviously, that's going to be on your website. So, we'll talk about all that strategy though when we're together in Cleveland. And also too, we're going to wrap up each day with a roundtable discussion. Also, I'm the first to admit that I don't know everything. So I'd love to hear any tips that you have. And if you can share those with the group, and we'll be noting those, and we'll then I'll distribute those afterwards too. So everyone has the additional things that I don't even know that you're going to learn that are going to help you at your funeral home. So with that, please join me coming up here. And if you're still sitting on the fence, I just want to, and you're not sure if it's worth the expense, you know what? Let me take the worry out of that right now, because with all my conferences, I offer 100% money back guarantee. So if the workshop isn't what you thought it was going to be, I'll give you 100% of your registration fee back. So I think that's pretty fair. And but I know that you're going to get a ton more value than the registration fee. So one last thing, there's not a lot of rooms left. Make sure that you register right away. Click the register now button. Go through the enrollment process. Make sure then you book your room at the hotel. The hotel's great. You get your breakfast included, as well as there's a social hour in dinner hour there, and I'm sure a bunch of us will congregate there and continue on the conversation from the day. So if you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to phone me. My toll-free number is 1-800-810-3595, or you can even call me on my cell phone. It's 250-686-4576. I look forward to seeing you in Cleveland. Take care.